I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I'm not typically the kind of guy that likes to show off his guns. I prefer nobody needs to know what I have. Unfortunately, in this particular case, it doesn't matter because myself and this rifle are now politically bound and registered. And we'll talk about that a little bit later. First, I'll give a quick rundown on this rifle. I'm holding my brand new M&amp P10 chambered in 308. This is the California compliant model, and the only difference I can tell is that it came with the small 5-round magazine, which I preferred anyway because I'm going to use this thing for hunting deer. I wanted the 5-round magazine to start with, and it doesn't have a muzzle flash or flash suppressor. As far as I can tell, that's the only difference. It makes it California compliant. It did cost a little bit extra because of the camo. So, and I can get these big, these larger magazines. These big 20-round magazine. I'm using the Magpul. I tend to like these Magpuls. They work really well. So I'd like to concur with all the other YouTube videos that I saw based on the M&amp P10. My rifle did exactly the same thing yours did. When I cleaned it, went out and fired it and got it started sighting in, and it went through about 20 rounds before it started to jam. Went back and cleaned it a second time, and after that I haven't had any problems with it whatsoever. I put this as a cheap little brass catcher on here. This wraps around with a piece of Velcro and a wire, and I'm not sure if this one's going to work too good. If this doesn't work out too good, I'll get a more expensive, better one. This looks like so far it looks like it's going to work because the shells eject right out there. I put a Leopold scope on this thing. I spent a little bit of extra money on it. I had to find, first I got the wrong scope because the one I had was rated for a 223, and I had to go back and exchange it for the same scope that is rated for the 308. So I put the Leopold scope on here, and you see I've got this plastic cover on it. Now I hunt out in the pouring down rain. I live in Western Washington. I'm hunting blacktail in Western Washington. So deer, bear, coyote, cougar, whatever, I can hunt with this rifle. And I put this little, took a little baggie and I cut it to make a little raincoat for my cover here. So I just have to pop that off. This scope does have a little red dot inside of it, but I don't intend to use that because I'll be out in the field. I won't have time to worry about turning it on. So this is my new M&amp rifle. I went through the new Washington 1639 gun control law. It was a difficult process, cost a little bit of extra money, and it took 5 weeks for me to obtain this rifle. So the first thing I did was I went to the store, and they said, well, first thing you got to do is you have to pass this course. And go back home, take this online course, pay $20. I didn't get a hard copy of my certificate. I just had it on my phone. I took it to the store. The guy says, yeah, it's good enough for me. Okay, so next thing is you can't buy the rifle in the store. You can only purchase online. So I had to go back home again, transfer my money, make my online purchase. The warehouse held it for 14 days before they shipped it. Once it got shipped and it was in the store, I was allowed to go down to the store and finish out the rest of the paperwork. I filed all the rest of the paperwork, and they allowed me to look at a rifle. And the one they brought out for me to look at originally was not this rifle. It was a different one. Apparently, I don't know if they had mine or not, but the one they first showed me had a shroud on the front, and it wasn't this one. So anyway, once I signed the paperwork, okay, then we got a 14-day waiting period. So after the 14-day waiting period is done, then they have to go do a background check, and the background check has to be done by the jurisdiction in which you live. So I had to I have the city of Auburn, who's done numerous background checks on me because I have a concealed pistol license. That part of the process is fairly easy. So over and all, it cost me a bunch of extra money, and it took 5 weeks of time for me to even just get this rifle under the new Washington State 1639 gun control law. It is an illegal, unconstitutional law. In the process of purchasing this rifle, my constitutional rights were violated, my civil rights were violated, and my civil liberties were all violated in the process of buying this rifle in Washington State. So, not really happy about that, and I'm hoping things are going to change in the near future. But here it is. I followed their rules, and I passed their test, and I have my rifle. So, I'm going to keep it. And this is going to be my carry rifle, my everyday shooting rifle. I'm going to shoot this from now on. I'm still getting used to the AR platform because, well, like this scope, I'm a die-hard iron sights shooter. I've been using iron sights all my life. I hunt in Western Washington. Iron sights are most practical. So the first time this thing fogs up on me, I don't know, I might throw it away. And we'll just see how it works, because I really don't have much faith in scopes out here in the pouring rain. So, but Leopold's got a reputation for being able to handle it in the rain. We'll see what happens. Thank you for watching. Have a great day, and get ready to take back your country. The time is now. Thank you.